Director of the Steelworkers District 2, Mr. Michael Bolton.
Let me, before I start, this is also part of American manufacturing that helped kick this off. Megan from Wisconsin is actually the coordinator for Wisconsin and Michigan, and Blue Wilson is working over this area. Thanks for all you've done to put this event together also. The current financial crisis that our country finds itself in is not a Democrat or Republican problem. It's not a union or a management problem. It's a national problem and can only be fixed by Americans working together. Since the financial collapse occurred in September, members of my union and the state of Michigan have been devastated by home foreclosures and rising job losses. 3,000 workers at U.S. Steel, represented by Local 9264 and by Local 1299, whose hall we stand in front of today, have been idle due to the weak demand of steel. In Marquette, hundreds of iron ore workers are laid off due to the lack of demand for iron ore pellets. In Auburn Hills, 300 auto parts producers have been pink-slipped indefinitely because auto sales are at record lows. In Ludington, dozens of packaging workers are working reduced hours. And in Kalamazoo, Checker Motors has filed bankruptcy and faces liquidation due to shrinking sales in its products. Now, Congress has passed the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, which will pump over $800 billion into our economy. Of that amount, $150 billion has been pledged for repairing our infrastructure. Michigan stands to gain a large amount of those dollars to invest in repairing our crumbling roads and deteriorating bridges, as well as investing in alternative and renewable energy resources. As important as the money itself, is Congress also included in that legislation language that calls on states, counties, and municipalities to buy American on projects funded by recovery money. And I'd like to thank the cities and the counties that are here that have pledged to do that. It does not make sense to use our taxpayer dollars to buy steel from China, construction equipment from Japan, cement castings from Mexico, or wind turbines from Europe. Speaking of wind turbines, one wind turbine contains 250 tons of steel. You think that'd keep us busy down here a while? Taxpayer money should be used to get American manufacturers to work again. Those workers will go out, spend their wages on groceries, clothing for their families, buy appliances, go out and eat. They will pump money into our local economies and will put Michigan residents to work. As it was said here earlier, as Americans, we need to produce more of what we consume. This can only be accomplished by restoring and increasing domestic production. Restoring this idle capacity will require that we also restore the confidence of business leaders and the financial markets that the demand will be sustained. It's time to realign corporate and financial interests with national interests. All stakeholders' concerns, not just the narrow interests of the privileged few, must be addressed if we are to succeed as a nation. Good union jobs are key to restoring the middle class. The key to good union jobs is the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, including the Buy American provision. When it comes to the dollars for Main Street America, we must make sure the states and cities that receive this money follow these provisions. We need to pull together as concerned Americans and use our recovery dollars to get Michigan working again. For us, failure is not an option. We will never give up. We must stand for what is right, and we must work to make things better for ourselves and for those that come behind us. Thank you for what you do. Go build the union.